Hey, what's up guys, it's Film Geek here. I have been sick as shit all week. I'm still pretty sick. I'm a lot better now than I have been the rest of the week, however. I spent most of the week sleeping, like 12 hours at night, another like 3 or 4 hours during the day. Yeah, so I haven't really watched a whole lot of movies. I've watched 3 movies in the last week. So, here's my DVD stack for this week with 3 movies. Starting off with the 1951 Best Picture winner, An American in Paris. This movie was decent. It had really good singing and dancing in it. As a lot of, like, it had Gene Kelly was one of the lead actors, and so when you get Gene Kelly in a movie, you know it's going to have some sweet dance moves. It also had this really hot chick who was a fantastic dancer. Not the greatest actress in the world, but really nice to look at, and had some great dance steps. Most of the story was okay. It wasn't fantastic, but the cinematography and some of the sets more than made up for the subpar acting and story. There were parts where this thing felt more like an art house movie than a Oscar-winning production of the 50s, including a scene where the guy is literally, like, all of a sudden acting things out inside of a drawing he did of Paris. It was pretty cool. I liked it. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Next up, I saw the French film Water Lilies. A story about sexual awakening amongst 3 women, well, teenagers, 3 girls, that all have the one thing in common of doing synchronized swimming, which was kind of boring, the synchronized swimming stuff, although there was one amazingly beautiful shot underwater of the synchronized swimmers when they do this upside down thing where they're like where if you're watching it out of the water, you just see like their legs up and doing like these kicks and spins and stuff, but when we're in this one cool underwater shot, you see like their torsos like just kind of hanging out under the water while their legs are doing the stuff above, and it looked gorgeous. One of the most original and beautiful shots I've ever seen in a movie. The acting in this movie, I don't really know, because it was all in French. I had to read the American subtitles. But I can't really tell how good the acting was or wasn't, because it seems to me that all French actors, and I could be generalizing by saying all, but I feel like all French actors have no personality when they act. They just kind of say their lines and everything sounds exactly the same. I will say that I was interested in the entire movie, and I thought the ending was awesome, and I thought the characters were great characters, and I thought the cinematography was beautiful. So I give the movie a 3.5 out of 5. I just can't tell if the acting was any good. And finally, I watched American Pie Presents Band Camp, and this movie sucked my balls. Hard. Like, painfully hard. It was not very funny. There were a couple of parts where I, like, chuckled. And it had surprisingly very little nudity, especially for a American Pie movie. Its attempts at humor just failed all over the place. Although I'll give the lead actor credit, he was definitely believable as a Stifler. One of the best Stiflers, like Stifler family members I've seen in American Pie movie. I've seen all but 2 of the American Pie movies, and he was the second best Stifler, like right next to the original Stifler. It was very, very shitty of a movie. The storyline was pathetic. The comedy just was not there. It was pretty lame. I give it a 1.5 out of 5. Really get that high because I was interested for parts, and there was like one really hot chick, but for the most part it's pretty blah. I'm gonna go now because I've talked way too long for only 3 movies, and yeah, peace.